Hello everyone. Well, following on from my recent video on the bagged Halo capsule cordless vacuum cleaner reminded me that I had another bagged cordless vacuum cleaner to unbox. Now I've had this for months, I don't know how long, but quite a long time. I bought it when Gtech were having a 20% off offer. So I bought the cleaner. This is a Gtech Pro K9, so it's the pet version, and it is a bagged cordless vacuum. And here are some spare bags that I bought for the machine, and also something that I think is going to be very useful, a powered hose, and I'll show you that in action a bit later on. But we first have to get the cleaner open. So here we go, and I have had a quick look at this and pre-charged it as well, but I've not actually used this yet. We've got the instruction manual, of course, and we have 4, by the looks of it, spare bags. Now these bags, unlike the Halo capsule, are made of a fleecy material. They also have a cap that you can fold over to keep the dirt in when you replace the bags. But being the K9 version, if we look inside, they're black. And that is because these are actually lined with a charcoal material, so it is supposed to absorb any of those nasty smells that we get from our dogs and cats' hair. So that's that. We've got the lightweight aluminium and plastic wand. Strong but light. We have the adapter so we can charge the battery. And inside here, I think, are the little air freshener tabs. Yes, we get some spare little tabs. Now, they emit a pleasant fragrance as you're vacuuming. Even if the fragrance goes and you don't want to use any more of these, you always have to have one in place. Otherwise, the machine won't operate efficiently because you'll lose some suction. So always make sure that you've got one in place. Even long after the fragrance is gone, you still need to use those. Here's the main floor nozzle, which, to be honest, does look better than the Halo capsules one. One good thing about this Gtech version, we can actually remove the brush roller. It's got a bit of tape on it. But as you can see, the brush roll comes out easily, which is useful for cleaning up. Obviously this is a pet version and it's going to get wrapped around with pet hair and human hair as well. So being able to remove it with no tools, just slide it out, that's a big plus point for me. So I'll just pop it back. I was just seeing if it had a headlamp. I don't think this version does have any LED lights, but that's a plus point for me. So there we go, and we've got Gtech's Airlock System. This flap moves, so it's designed to pick up larger particles because this flap will open up to pick up larger particles as you push the nozzle forward. But as you pull the nozzle back, that flap closes, and then it's supposed to help pick up finer dust and deep down dirt. So already that is a lot better, in my opinion, than the one on the Halo capsule. Here's the cleaner itself. Now, I'm not sure if you can still buy the K9 version. I couldn't find it on Gtech's website. I think I've seen it on Harrods website, of all places. You should be able to get the regular one, which isn't the pet version, and it has... Yes, as I was saying, you've heard it going. The regular version has a green body and it doesn't have some of the pet features. And obviously you've seen it works because I have charged it up, and the battery can be removed. Here is the battery, and you can charge it up outside of the machine or with the cleaner, inside the cleaner, should I say. And there's a little hole, charging port, that you plug the mains adapter into. But as I said, charge it up off or on the cleaner. When you're charging it, it lights up. I'll just plug it in and show you. You can just about see there the 4 green lights that indicate this battery is almost fully charged. It looks a bit odd on camera, but these lights are pulsing, which means it does have a little way to go before it's fully charged. When these lights are static, it means that the battery is full. So here's the cleaner itself minus the battery. It's pretty light, but obviously when the battery is in place, that will add to the weight. It is a little bit on the bulky side, which doesn't really matter when you're using it in upright mode, but when you're using it in a confined space such as a car, it's going to be a bit awkward, especially getting it under the car seats. That's where the powered hose comes in useful, which I'll be showing you that in a minute. But of course you can attach the nozzles to the end. There is a crevice tool, which I'll show you in a minute. So we've got an on-off button, which a lot of you will be pleased to know you don't have to keep your hand on it, your thumb on it, your finger on a trigger. Once you press that on-off button, obviously when the battery's in, the machine will remain on until you turn it off. And it's got 2 settings, an eco setting for a longer run time, and push that little slide control forward and you have max for maximum performance, but of course a shorter running time. This is the little air freshener I showed you a minute ago that fits into the front of the machine. Now when you get these new, you'll notice you need to take the air freshener out because it has a little plastic cover. Remove that, otherwise it won't smell very much. So once you've done that, and it has, I can't really describe the smell, but it is nice. It's a pleasant, fresh smell. But because this forms part of the seal around the bag compartment, if that's not in place, you're going to lose suction through this hole. So make sure you firmly put the air freshener back. And if you want new air fresheners, you can get those direct from Gtech's website. So, I'm not really sure what this is at the back. It doesn't really do anything. It's just where the cleaner exhausts. I don't know if actually this has got a filter. I don't think there is a filter on this machine apart from the dust bag. Speaking of the dust bag, that's under this lid here. Just pull that up and out comes the bag. And now you can see where the air freshener fits into the machine. So obviously, as I said, you take that air freshener out, you're going to be left with a hole, so you're not going to get very much suction. But I suppose you could use it as a suction control of sorts just by removing this, but obviously you're normally supposed to keep that inside. There is a clear suction path, so you can see if that gets blocked up. So here's the bag fitted. So basically you just remove the lid, pull the bag off the tube, if I can, there we go, and then obviously you can just close that little flap over and dispose of the dirt. And no, there isn't any other filtration in this machine apart from this specially lined charcoal bag. So if you don't like cleaning filters, you don't like the messy emptying of a bagless vacuum, then this could be for you. And of course, as I said when I did the Halo capsule video, bagged cordless vacuum cleaners are few and far between. So I'm rather hoping I'm going to like this machine, because this could become my daily cordless, because as said before in previous videos, I'm someone who prefers on the whole to use a bagged vacuum. So that is your filter. So basically when that's full of dirt, you replace it with a new one. So it's replacing everything, the filter, which obviously the bag is the filter. There's nothing else in there. There's no other filter in this machine at all. A bit surprised by that. I thought there might have been at least a sponge filter at the bottom there, but no, there isn't. And you got little seals around the lid here to keep the suction in. So we'll just pop the bag back, and you can see how it's shaped here. Look, there's a little cutout, so it goes on this way and it just pushes on, and this is easier to do when you're not filming it. Hang on folks, there we go, that's snapped in place. There we are, that's it. So you can see that's the only way it'll go on, because the cutout allows for the air freshener. And it's quite a nice large capacity as well, certainly large for a cordless machine. And then the bag just pops back into the cleaner like that. Just push it until it's in place. There is also a little light on this machine, which I'll show you when the battery is inserted. So there's the cleaner. We also get a nice long crevice tool for your nooks and crannies, so that will fit directly onto the machine, or of course it will fit onto the end of the wand. You also get this little dusting brush, and again you can fit that on the machine. I'm assuming you can fit it onto the end of the wand. Yes, you can. And finally, something else that was missing with the Halo capsule, with the K9 version of this Gtech Pro, we get the mini motorized tool. Let's take the packaging off. That's it. And again, like the main floor nozzle, this one has an easy to remove brush, which you do need with pet hair, and of course if you've got long human hair as well. So that is definitely a plus for me, to have an easy to remove brush roll, or self-cleaning brush roll. So there we go, a mini motorized tool for your upholstery, stairs, car interior, etc. Well, that's it, I think, for the machine. But this is an extra that you didn't get normally. And again, I bought this when it was on offer. This is, again, which makes this Gtech pretty unique, a powered flexible hose. Why can't Mr. Dyson do something like this? You can buy flexible hoses for many of the cordless cleaners, but often they are extras. Let's see, how do I get into this? There we go. So, and it's quite a nice length of hose, so when I'm cleaning in the car, this will get under the car seat without having the bulky unit anywhere near it. And because we switch the machine on, we don't have to hold the machine as you do with many cordless machines, especially the Dyson. You have to keep holding the trigger. It means you can turn the machine on and concentrate cleaning at the other end. So the hose fits on here like that. Nice click. And then to release, you press the two green buttons to take it off. As you can see, it's got a couple of pins there which connect up to the contacts on the machine, so it will just plug in. Hang on. There we go. And then on this end, you can put any of the tools. So we can put the crevice tool. So now in the car, turn the machine on and then direct the crevice tool into the nooks and crannies in between the car seat. But of course you can also, because the hose is powered, you can connect the mini motorized tool. So again, under the car seat. You couldn't possibly get this bulky unit under the car seat, especially with this nozzle attached, but with the flexible hose you can get under the car seat and clean those filthy car mats. Now also you can connect, if you want to, the main carpet and floor nozzle. I'm thinking about doing your stairs. You can use this on your stairs, of course, but if you've got lots of stairs to clean, you can use the main nozzle. Again, hold the cleaner with one hand and direct the nozzle with the other on the end of the hose. I think it's a very good idea. Are you watching, Dyson? I can see a powered hose fitted to a Dyson V10 or V11 would make that machine so much better. But of course, with those machines, you have to keep holding the cleaner to keep it on. Dyson still insist on the trigger and not a permanent on button, and a lot of people complain about that. Also, and I'm not sure why you'd use it in this configuration, but you can, we can connect the wand. Hang on. Yes, you've got to push it until it clicks, folks. And on the end of the wand you can connect, of course, any of the powered tools, including the small one, and any of the non-powered tools. I'm saying any, really, basically you only get the dusting brush attachment and the crevice tool. You can get other attachments that will fit this, I think, direct from Gtech. But if I want to put the main nozzle on, I can as well. And then sort of, I can use it like this. I don't think you'd want to. If you're cleaning your carpets, you'd use it in the upright mode. Well, I'm just going to fit the battery. And we can see this powered hose in action. I'll take it off first. And pop the battery in. Normally, I think you'd charge the machine with the battery inside. So the battery fits that way. And we can again turn the machine on. I'll turn it on in Eco to start with. Certainly, even on max, it doesn't have the suction of the Dyson V11 on boost. Definitely not, just by going by experience. But it is emitting a nice fragrance as I turn the machine on, and you can just about see, it's quite bright in here, but there is a little light. That's more useful in darker areas, you know, inside your car, or if you're cleaning out the bottom of your wardrobe or something, or just in a dark corner of the room. It just helps to illuminate the area. So, of course, we can attach the mini motorized tool direct, and that's probably the best way to use it on your stairs. And like most cordless vacuum cleaners, we can attach the main nozzle direct to the cleaner. And I didn't think, I couldn't see them at the time, but yes, it does have LED lights, and that nozzle is very quiet. So I think I'm preferring this certainly to the Halo capsule. That Halo capsule had quite a few issues. It was mainly to do with the floor head. I didn't think it was substantial enough. It'd be interesting to see if it copes with my plush carpet, this Gtech too. So everything's a little bit stiff to start with because it is a new cleaner. I'm just finding my way around, as you will when you buy one, if you buy one. But let me just try out this powered hose, because this, for me, really is a fantastic idea. And it's a good length. So now we should have suction and brushing action on the end of the hose. So turn the machine on. So that is a fabulous idea. That's really going to help clean in all those nooks and crannies. Okay, well, I think we're going to see if it copes with my plush pile carpet now. I'll pop it into upright mode. So I'll pop the main carpet and floor nozzle onto the end. There we go, that's the way it goes in. Nice firm click, something that the Halo capsule lacked. I do like a firm click. I like it so much, I'm going to do it once more for you folks. In it goes. Wait for the click. And that's not going anywhere until you press the release buttons. I'll need to remove the hose though, of course. And then attach the Gtech K9 Pro to the end of the wand. And I'm ready to give it a first test on my carpet. Well, first impressions of this Gtech cleaner are favourable because it actually works on my plush pile carpet. A lot of cordless machines and some mains powered cleaners I've tested can't cope with this pile for some reason. The motor's cut out or the brush rolls stall. But even on max power, the brush roll was rotating freely, and it actually stays flat to the carpet when you're pushing it forward and pulling it back. It doesn't lift up, it doesn't skip. And the airlock system at the front does seem to work very well. When you're pushing the nozzle forward, it's relatively easy, but when you're pulling it back, it's still easy, but you can definitely feel it's gripping onto the carpet more and forming a seal. So I think this cleaner is going to perform very well indeed. As you can see, I've put down some mess on my living room carpet, which includes some rolled oats, lentils and loose leaf tea, just to see how well this machine copes initially with cleaning it up. Now, if you remember my Halo capsule video, I had to do that demonstration in another room with a lower pile carpet because that nozzle really didn't work very well on this plush pile. But we don't have any problems so far with this Gtech. I'm going to try it on the Eco setting as well as Max. So one half I'm going to do on Eco and the other half I'm going to do on Maximum. So it's on Eco now. I'll pass the nozzle slowly forward and back and we'll judge the results. Well, I have to say for this extreme test, the Gtech Pro hasn't done superbly. It's dealt with a lot of the dirt, most of the larger particles, the rolled oats and the lentils have been picked up, but obviously it's not a complete clean sweep. But what I can see, very easy for me to see, I'm not sure how easy you can see, but there's certainly a lot of the loose leaf tea left, and that's obviously the smallest, lightest particle. And if that was to be left, that would just make its way down to the base of this carpet. But that, don't forget, that was on the Eco mode, and this is an extreme mess. So the next part of dirt I'm going to pick up, I'm going to use the Gtech on its Max mode. I'm now in my kitchen where I've put down some dirt just to quickly test the Gtech Pro on hard floors. Now I'm going to use it on Eco only because I don't think I'm going to need Maximum when cleaning a hard floor as I do when cleaning a plush pile carpet. So I'm going to pass the nozzle forward and back through the middle. We'll see if it snow plows any of the dirt and see if it manages to pick up any of the fine dirt. I've put some flour down here to represent fine dirt, plus some luminous green sand, some rolled oats and some lentils. So here goes. Well, I think that's a pretty impressive result. I noticed as I was pushing the cleaner forward, it was picking up the larger particles. It wasn't pushing them towards the front of the nozzle, or snow ploughing as we call it. It was picking up the larger particles, but I noticed on the forward pass it was leaving quite a lot of the fine dust. But when I pulled the machine back, the airlock came into place and then it was picking up the finer particles, and you could actually feel it gripping to the floor. It was still easy enough to pull along, but it was creating that suction seal you need to pick up fine dust. And if you've got floorboards or flooring with grooves, that also helps to remove any dust in those grooves. Okay, well, before I go, I'm going to have to pick up the rest of this dirt. Well, that's about the end of my unboxing and brief demonstration of the Gtech Pro K9 bagged cordless vacuum cleaner. Now, my first impressions are pretty favourable. It's not perfect on carpets, it does need a few passes, but it does actually work on this plush pile, and on shorter pile carpets I expect it to be even better. On hard floors, again, it made a good job. It did tend to leave the particles when I was going forward, but on the reverse pass it was picking everything up. It's a bit noisy, but maybe not as noisy as it appears in the video. Often vacuum cleaners sound a lot noisier when I show you them on YouTube than they actually are in real life, but it is on the noisy side. Just before I go, I'll just check the state of the battery. I have used this machine on maximum quite a bit during the course of the video, so we can see the state of the battery from the bars. I'm just going to switch the machine on. Well, as you can see, it only has 1 bar left, but obviously I've been using this machine for a lot longer than I've actually filmed it for, but it's been switched on and off, and I've done all sorts of different things, so I can't really judge it from that. And as I said, it has been on max a few times. Let's have a look at the state of the bag compartment. So hopefully all the dirt I've picked up in this demonstration will be safely inside the dust bag. So we can pull it out, and wow, it's a lot fuller and heavier than it was at the start of the video. And looking inside the compartment, it's a bit hard, it's very black and it's hard for you to see. Just trying to focus on it. And if we can just about see inside the bag compartment, that seems pretty clean. I can't detect any dust. So the bag has made a very good job of filtering out all that dirt. If you have any comments or questions about the Gtech Pro, please comment below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. But in the meantime, this is all you'll see for the Gtech Pro for now, but stay tuned, another video will be coming up very soon. Bye for now.